大家好，欢迎回到活在5点的国语嘉宾访谈节目，我是今天的主持人 Milly。那大家都知道呢，我们加拿大是一个非常充满爱心的国家。那在这里，我们每一年呢都会做很多的慈善活动，也有很多的人士呢自愿投入到公益活动当中来。那我们今天呢非常荣幸的邀请到了这样一位老外，他呢是今年75岁，来自 Toronto Central Academy 的 Principal， 也就是Toronto Central Academy 高中的校长 George， 下面让他和我们大家打一个招呼。Hi George.
Hello.
Can you say hi to the audience?
Yes, hello everybody.
Hi,
Good to see you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to our live show. Can you introduce yourself a bit to the audience?
Yes, well, right now I'm a principal of Toronto Central Academy and also of the Arundel Academy, which is in Mississauga.
Yeah.
But I've had many, they say that people sometimes have 9 jobs in their lives. Well, I've had all 9. I started off as a teacher. I wanted to be a physical education teacher, so I taught sport and also physics.
Yeah.
So I had physics and sport.
I'm very interested in, like, what do you learn in your university?
In university, I took physics. I have a physics degree.
Okay, yes. And then you become a teacher.
I became a teacher, and after I was a teacher, I went to the Ontario Science Centre as a teacher, but then before long I became the chief scientist. And so I was involved, if people have been at the Ontario Science Centre, there are all these interesting exhibits, hands-on, interactive, doing all kinds of things. And so I was involved in the conception of those things, in the design, and then leading teams to do the research into building exhibits. So one very famous exhibit we did, it's quite a long time ago now, was it was called China.
China?
5,000 years of discovery, or it was 5,000 years of technology. And as a result of that, working with China just after it opened up in 1980. In China they wanted a museum like the Science Center. So I had a chance to go to China.
And you like it?
I did. And it was different then. I took my bicycle. So
that's when you like the bicycle.
I was there for 5 weeks and I would bicycle to work, and there were very few cars then. It was all bicycles in China. And we helped start the National Science Museum in Beijing.
That's really cool.
Yes.
So it's 5 weeks you work in China, and then that's the time you kind of get in touch with bicycle.
No, I had been cycling a long time before that. I brought a bicycle, and it was a very modern bicycle. And in China they only have the black bicycle. They're called the flying pigeon. I don't know if you know. It's called the flying pigeon. That's a Chinese bicycle. And so I brought my bicycles, and so the boys in the hotel who were working there, they wanted to ride my bicycle. So they were riding my bicycle up and down the hall of the hotel. It's very amazing
to Chinese people at that time, I guess.
Yes. Oh, it was very different then. It was very poor. And of course I've been back many times since then, and now it is so modern. It makes Toronto seem like a second city. Yes.
That's true. China has developed a lot, and lots of things. Modern.
And so after the Science Center, I was head of a large private school called Holy Trinity. It's just north of here. And I retired, or sort of retired, and ended up getting involved in international schools. And that's what I'm doing now.
That's Toronto Central Academy. And also a new school in Mississauga.
Correct. Yes.
Tell us something about the new school in Mississauga.
Well, the new school in Mississauga, we actually took over another school. It was called a Froebel school. Now Froebel is the man who invented kindergarten back in the 1800s. So this is a large open concept school, and we're very close to the University of Toronto. So our students are able to go to University of Toronto and use their library, use some of their other facilities, and it's a very beautiful location. If you stand on the 2nd floor of our building, you can see the people in the river fishing right now, because it's a very famous fishing area in the Credit River is very good for fishing.
And I was wondering, as a principal and doing so many things in your life, what makes you interested in doing fundraising?
Well, fundraising, I have to I'm a little bit guilty. I have a
Why?
because I really like bicycling, and so
Yeah.
when I heard that I could take my passion for cycling and turn it into helping the poor, I thought, oh, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I can enjoy my bicycle ride, but also raise funds for the poor.
Yeah, so
And
win-win situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've been working, riding a bicycle for a organization called C2C, or
what's
Ocean
C2C?
to Ocean,
Ocean to
Pacific
ocean.
to Atlantic. In 2013, we went from Los Angeles to Toronto,
Wow.
to Montreal,
Oh my God.
to New York City.
That's like an entire North America,
Yes,
right?
7,000 kilometers.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Yes.
How weeks does it take?
It takes 56 days.
56 days.
About 125 a day.
Yeah.
But the worst part was crossing the desert, the Mojave Desert. Mojave Desert goes from Los Angeles to Phoenix.
Oh my God, so you go through that?
Yes, the temperature in the air was 140, and on the ground it was 160.
How many people are there, were there?
We usually have about 100 people riding, not all together, but we start, we start when we want.
Yeah.
So we ride in small groups. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very interesting.
But the cause is important. We are raising money for poverty, and not just for, many people think they are poor, but they're not really poor.
Yeah.
There are people who are really poor.
Yeah, like people living below than $1 a
Yes,
day,
yes.
or even less.
Half the people in the world live on less than $2.50 a day.
Yeah.
And there's another 800 million who are even more poor. And so there are two organizations we have. One is called World Renew, and one is called Partners Worldwide.
Yeah, can you kind of tell us something about these two organizations?
Yes, and so these organizations have various strategies to help the poor.
Yeah.
In some cases, it's to help them start a small business. In other cases, it's to provide them a loan. Say just to buy a bicycle so they can go to work and back, just going to work. And in other cases, it's to train them, to teach them. We think education is a very important part of getting out of poverty.
Yes, that's true. So that's what World Renew do, or that's...
Yes.
That's what
World Renew, and also with disaster relief. We were involved in China. There was an earthquake in Yunnan not too long ago, and and instead of helping the large centers that had problems, but there were also very small villages that had problems, and helping them rebuild their school, for example, was the kind of project that we would be involved in. Yes.
And can you kind of tell us something about the result, like how much money you had raised for their...
Yes, well, so far our group has raised $5.5 million.
That's really a lot.
Yes,
And how many people are there doing that event?
About 100 people.
About 100 people.
Yes. But it takes more than that, because we have riders, and then when we sleep in tents every night.
Yeah,
and we have a big truck which has a kitchen on it.
Oh, wow.
So we help the people, and staff comes with us, but we help cook the food. And then there's another truck that carries our tents. So it's very nice. We can cycle without having to take all that equipment with us.
That's really nice. That's not only interesting, I mean, it's an interesting event, and well as it raises money to the poor people. So it's really great,
And it's quite something when we go into a small town, and there's 100 cyclists and big trucks and tents and everything.
Everyone's
and so
watching
says, whoa, what's going on? And then we can tell them that it's an important cause, because much of the trouble in the world is because of the difference between rich and poor. And so this also brings peace to the world. Yes.
An interesting kind of idea come to my mind, that is there any situation when you, with lots of people coming into a town, and then the people in the town kind of follow you guys to join the bicycle?
No, they don't know.
They don't?
We go too fast.
You go too fast, okay, yeah. Maybe we can do that next
That's
time.
That's right, yes. No, they do come and look to see what we're doing, because they're curious, what are all these people doing here? Yes.
Yeah, right.
Because, at 5 o'clock there's an empty field. At 6 o'clock there's 100 tents. It's like a village.
Yeah.
And then in the morning they go to look and it's gone.
It's gone. Oh my God. Well
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've also heard like you have your students involved in the event. So what kind of beneficial things do you think your students get from that event?
Yes, the students of our school are very enthusiastic. In fact, many of them are taking English as a second language.
Yes.
And but they are going to the malls and to libraries and setting up a table and fundraising. And they're also walking out and asking people and describing to people what we're doing.
Yes.
And we're finding that it's really a real way to learn the English language.
I think that's right.
And they do a good job.
Yeah.
Because especially some of our young women, you know, they are very good.
Shy.
They're not shy anymore, but they're so good at approaching people, and people feel sorry for them and give them money. You know? Yes.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, very interesting. So I've heard there is a ceremony going on. So in the end of the show, can you tell us something about that?
Yes. So on the 17th of June, there will be a ceremony in Mississauga at the Erindale Academy. I believe the mayor is coming, a senator is coming, various VIPs, and it's going to be a kickoff to my C2C ride. Yes. And it's also a bit of a fundraiser. Yes.
Thank you so much for all the information you provided to us today. So in the end of the show, is there anything you want to say to the audience?
Yes. Well, I'd love to have some more donations because I think this is for a very good cause. So if you would visit c2c.org, you can Google for my name, and yes, that would be terrific.
Okay. 好，谢谢贵电视机前的观众朋友们。那如果想要更多了解这个慈善活动的话呢，可以关注我们屏幕下方的信息。谢谢大家，我们下期节目再见。Bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.